Australia is huge. It's the 6th largest country in the world by area, but they only have 22 million people. 22 million people. There's 22 million people in the national capital region of Delhi. This is why we need to start exporting people to Australia. And Australia will give you a good deal. You take 10,000 of our dirtiest politicians, and all we want in return is Nicole Kidman. 22 million people. They have 50 million kangaroos over there. Bete, we couldn't find you a nice girl, so we got you this cute kangaroo instead. Pair thode bade hain, but she's so sweet, na?
The traveling bop, the traveling bop, the traveling bop, the traveling bop, the traveling bop. Let's go traveling into the daylight. Let's go traveling. Let's go traveling.
Welcome to Australia, where wide open spaces seem wider and more open than I'd ever imagined possible, where animals that can't be found anywhere else flourish in their natural habitat, and the Wizard of Oz sends you the occasional baby twister, just to keep things interesting. South Australia is a microcosm of everything that's great about this country. You have forest green, ocean blue, outback brown, and in the middle of it, Adelaide City. Oh, and let's not forget wine red. Enjoy an Aussie wine, munch down on a locally made pie floater, and she'll be right, mate. Rolled out like a rug between hill and sea, Adelaide weaves together all of what's awesome about Australia. It's laid out on a mile-wide grid, and it became the city of churches, so that once all the multicultural migrants arrived, they'd stay on the straight and narrow. And as a reward for all that good behavior, Adelaide is now the city of festivals. It gets to shake loose, get naughty, and throw a mighty fun party. Adelaideans love putting on a good show, and the #1 thing on my checklist to do is being part of the show. It's a festivus for the rest of us. Me and the other folks who didn't make the cut for Australia's So You Think You Can Dance. I had my own set of cheerleaders, but they bounced. So I worked on my pom-pom routine. So much support from the international community. I feel loved. I should put my audition tape to a UN vote. With its big, bold spaces and its beautiful views, Australia belongs to the if you've got it, flaunt it school of thought. I graduated top of that class myself, so I recognize my kindred spirits. On their National Day, the Aussies don't just wear their patriotic pride on their sleeves. They wave it from their windows, they drape it on their backs, and for the past 8 years, they've been slinging it across their shoulders and taking it out to sea. The thong is the thing that will get everyone into the water today, unified in achieving a common goal, to salute Australia and say we are not afraid of finding really weird records to break. Turns out, India and Australia share a birthday. January 26th is Australia Day. Except here, they don't bring out their guns, they bring out their thongs. In Australia, a thong challenge isn't what you think it is. It's not like someone dared me to wear a thong. It's actually a challenge to see how many people we can get in a continuous row on the ocean, floating on a series of these large inflatable thongs. Bit of a quirky record to try and break, but we're going to give it a shot. Before we go out, I'm going to chill out for a bit and conserve my energy. I think we're also setting the record for the most number of goosebumps in a single line. You use your slippers to kill cockroaches. I use mine to set world records. If only inflatable thongs came with steering wheels and parking brakes, we wouldn't all be bobbing around all over the place. Nothing breaks international barriers like an attempt to break an international record. Woo! I don't know if we beat the record, but we certainly gave it a good shot. This isn't a Baywatch run. I'm just trying to air dry myself. Anything to get me heated up after that freezing cold water. So the record we were trying to beat today was about 2,000 odd people on the water, and we got a grand total of 448 people. Just missed the mark. But you know what I say, it's better to have thonged and lost than never to have thonged at all. Party's going to continue as soon as I can get the air out of this thing. What's a National Day party without a parade? Adelaide has spilled out onto its streets. Native islanders, security forces, the army vets, settlers, Asian and European, and the natural wildlife. We're carrying a giant inflatable version of an Australian anteater known as a kidna. So Matthew and I are essentially in the buttock region of the kidna. Right, Matthew?
Yes.
And we're very proud of it. It takes strong men to hold the buttocks of a kidna. Considering that Adelaide has a population of only about 1 million people, it's a really diverse city, an Aussie melting pot as it were. Bharat Mata is out in full force, and so is China and Norway and Brazil and Africa, and a patchwork of other countries all the way from Scotland to Japan.
So few limits on the wonderful things that we can do in this nation. It's clean, it's safe, and it's open.
It's been a great day in Adelaide, starting with the thong challenge in the morning, the parade in the afternoon, this giant picnic that's going on right now in this delicious sun, there's concerts everywhere. I love it! And music to merge us all, a tip of the hat to traditions older than the arrival of the settlers. And though the stars were bright, a bit of razzmatazz couldn't hurt. The Australians are so nice, they decided to have a fireworks display just to commemorate my visit to Adelaide. Very sweet.